Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to talk about 32-inch wheeled bikes. We saw a variety of them here at Made, and we are also going to talk to a bunch of component manufacturers as well around the 32-inch wheel size. And of course, this video is supported in part by Velo Orange. All right, let's get into it. All right, hey everyone. So I'm here with Nick from Neuhaus. And Nick, tell us a little bit about the brand, where are you guys from, and give me a little bit of background of what you do at Neuhaus.
Yeah, so Neuhaus is based out of Marin County, birthplace of mountain biking. I'm the owner, fabricator, assist in designs, clean the bathrooms, all the good stuff that goes along with owning a business.
Right. So what was your job, I guess, before fabricating bike frames?
I worked in engineering for a telecommunications company.
Okay, perfect. All right, so what are we looking at here? Obviously, the highlight is the wheel size, but give us a rundown of this bike.
Yeah, so this bike is the first iteration of our Nova 32. It's a 32-inch mountain bike. We actually built this one in my size, and I'm not an exceptionally tall person.
Sure. Yep.
Really to kind of validate the wheel size and test it out. And I'm really happy to say that, like, leading up to this event, we've actually had a number of people ride this bike in Marin County on trails and provide very positive feedback on it.
Awesome. What will a 32er do what will that ride quality provide?
So you can see that this bike is set up rigid. While suspension forks are great, as the wheel size increases, you get a little bit of extra flex and compliance out of wheels, tires, things like that. This bike feels like it has 80 millimeters of travel. Mm-hmm. Just through the flex and movement in the additional wheel size. It provides a lot of extra traction over a standard 29er with a suspension fork. And it covers ground incredibly quickly. You get it up to speed, it maintains that speed. Overall, this bike with this wheel size doesn't weigh any more than a similarly set up 29er would. Mm-hmm. And I think as tire technology kind of catches up to the wheel size, and as more tires are introduced into the market, that, for like a fast, efficient sort of like, I need a bike that can handle a little more than a gravel bike, yep, but I just want to cover miles fast, that this is going to be it for, a variety of riders, but especially your tall riders.
Perfect. Cool. Where can we find you? And is this bike available for purchase?
This bike is available to purchase. You can order our custom version currently at NeuhausMetalworks.com. It's the Nova 32. It's available from a medium all the way up to a double XL. So we definitely make sure that we're encompassing those extra tall riders. Yeah, we'll be here at Made all weekend showing it off, and if anybody wants to ride it, we're happy to let them take it for a spin.
Perfect, cool. So I have Igor here from the Velo Orange booth. And Igor, talk to us. You have a new rim coming out in a variety of different sizes, including 32 inches. First and foremost, can you tell us, how challenging it is to make a 32-inch wheel, or a rim for that matter, and give us some details about it.
Yeah, so we have, this is one of our samples of the new rim. It's a 27 millimeter inner. I think it's going to be perfect for that sort of 2.3, 2.4 inch bike packing, gravel plus sort of category.
Yep.
It's not as difficult. It's just a matter of testing.
Yep.
Because the most important thing is a lot of this stuff is tubeless. So actually rolling it out to 32 inches is not that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. But in previous testing, we had to do 1 millimeter increments to make sure that things were seated, but not so difficult that people were getting angry and frustrated getting the tire on the bead. Yep. So there's a delicate balance there. You want to make sure that it's safe to ride, but you also want to make sure that people can install the thing.
Yeah. Can you share a little bit more details as to like your personal opinion on 32? And obviously you're bringing a 32-inch wheel to the market, or rim to the market. Do you anticipate selling many?
I mean, we'll see how it goes. There aren't a lot of 32 rims or wheels out on the market right now as it is. So we're going to give it a shot, see how it goes. I've talked to a lot of vendors that have, frame builders and friends that have said that they're really excited about it.
Yeah.
as far as its application, I think it's going to be perfect for a lot of tall people that otherwise maybe a 29 inch or a 29er is maybe a little bit small for them. You know, I don't think I'm tall enough necessarily to ride a 32, but you know, Ammon is much taller than I am, so he gets to test out the new weird stuff.
Right, cool. Well, awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, so I do want to take a quick break in MADE coverage here to let you all know this video is supported in part by Coros, the brand behind the Coros Dura Solar GPS bike computer. So the Dura is a head unit that you might have seen in some of our videos, and for good reason. It offers an impressive 120 hours of battery life on a single charge. And in fact, I only had to charge mine once over a 6-month period. And if that wasn't enough, well, it features highly efficient solar panels on top, which make a noticeable difference in sunny conditions. So with simple controls and intuitive navigation, it's perfect for bike packing or day rides of any length. So to learn a little bit more about this award-winning cycling head unit, you can click on the card in the top right corner here, or else follow the link in the description below. Hi everyone, we're here with Tyler from BTCHN Bikes, and Tyler, I think part of the talk of this MADE, and even last year, was the 32-inch wheel. First off, actually, before we get into that, tell us about BTCHN a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
And where are you guys located?
So BTCHN's in Chico, California.
Okay.
Also home of Paul Component. We started about 7 or 8 years ago as just a custom frame builder. It's just been me. That has evolved over the years. I started making handlebars. I'm infatuated with ergonomics and fit, a human interface with the bike. So I've made some handlebars for myself and started having people request them, and that has kind of converted my whole business into a full-fledged kind of component manufacturer at this moment. I make custom frames really just for prototyping these days. I'm not taking custom orders. Haven't for like 2 years now.
Really? Okay.
So most of what we're doing is we're making titanium and chromoly mountain bike bars of all rises and bends. We started making titanium drop bars. And when those pre-order windows are open, they're fully custom width, flare, yada yada. And then we also make titanium seat posts as well. We're starting to make stems and some other bits also.
So what did you do before the brand?
Before the brand, a lot of things. Worked in a bike shop, of course. Got to do that. But I grew up as a motorcycle racer. Son of a other very good motorcycle racer, and also just very talented fabricator and machinist. So I grew up with a fab shop in my backyard that was bigger than my house and had AC when my house didn't. That kind of thing.
That was where you guys were.
Yes, absolutely. So I raced almost every sort of motorsport from the age of 5 on up into my teen years. I raced at a national level, GP bikes, road racing stuff. And so I've always had an understanding of geometry and suspension kinematics, and that I approached racing with that kind of lens, which has led me into cycling, which I've been doing since I was 5. I raced BMX when I was a little kid and on up. But when I really jumped into endurance cycling, and then that led me down the rabbit hole of custom frame building, and I penciled it out and realized I could probably make a living building frames, and now getting to build the bike that I've always had in my head that I wanted for a specific task, and down the rabbit hole.
Cool. All right, well, we're here now with this bike, which is really cool. And so talk us through just a little bit of the design. It's a 32-inch bike. How did you kind of fit these wheels on this frame? Give us that rundown.
So this bike, one of my favorite bikes is a single speed I've had for 5 years now. I basically took the same fit points off of that bike in the rough front end geometry, so the trail and wheel flop. I wanted to conserve all of that in the bottom bracket height and build myself a new bike with 32-inch wheels. The flex here for us was building a bike that is very medium-sized frame with 32-inch without having to sacrifice chainstay length or any fit numbers. So I was able to keep the reach the same, the stack the same for the bars. The rear end, we designed a 3D printed stainless yoke, which allowed us to fit a lot of tire back there with a 423 millimeter rear center. So we were really able to keep the rear end relatively short for such a big wheel. Front end, I decided to push out a little more because I ride this bike on a lot of black diamond trails in our area. So I made a integrated handlebar stem situation.
Beautiful.
Not really much of a stem there. Effective stem length is 16 millimeters.
That's cool.
So that's that. Yeah, the 3D printed yoke is really the big one there. Also, it's single speed, so we designed some 3D printed sliding dropouts. We're really proud of. Uses flat mount 180 native. Boost spacing, front and rear.
So 148 front. Sweet. Yeah, I noticed that.
So smaller cog up front, so you could swap gears or God forbid you're out in the middle of nowhere and your ratchet system explodes, which this is star ratchet, so probably not ever going to happen, but you could swap wheels and keep going.
Love that. Sweet. All right, well, where can folks find you? So this isn't available, but you've got your components, so where can folks find you?
BTCHN also on Instagram, bitchin.bikes. Look us up, follow us, send us a message. Frames will be available in the future. I don't know if this will be the next one or what, but we're working towards that. So keep eyes on us.
Awesome. Thanks, dude.
Hey everyone, so I am here with Andrew from Maxxis Tires, and it was kind of interesting. We saw him walking around handing out a 32-inch tire to Velo Orange here. So Andrew, I guess the real question is here, what is Maxxis's take on the 32-inch tire, and is it ever going to be available to the public, to a aftermarket consumer?
Well, it's obviously serious because we had to cut a mold. We have to manufacture them. And so it was just a matter of time. We were displaying this tire 2 years ago at Taipei Cycle Show. And, so it's been visible. There just really hasn't been much to put it on as far as a bike goes. I would say probably within the past 6 to 8 months, it's really picked up. Definitely in this community, you're hearing it from some of the bigger brands. Part of what I've been saying really is considering the state of the industry right now, something new to sell would be fantastic because we do that really well in this industry. And I think too, everyone learned a lot from when they went from 26 to 29 to where they're able to make this move much quicker. And so you've slowly but surely seen people coming on board, only not even from bike brands, but parts manufacturers, etc. It's only a matter of time at this point.
So you have a 32-inch tire in hand. That's the Aspen. You guys are making that kind of for OEM partners, for folks at the show. Actually, all the 3 bikes that we have covered in this video, or that we will cover in this video, have this tire. If it does blow up, would you guys want to produce more tires than the Aspen?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We're looking at a few things right now. We may or may not have a couple molds already being cut as we speak. That'll cover the line from gravel to trail. It's just, again, it's going to take bike availability really to make things happen. Other brands had tires where we're the first one to have like a proper folding bead, tubeless ready. This is the same tire you will see on the cross-country world circuit and so forth. So it's top of line and everything you'd expect from Maxxis. And the excitement's been really wild, and we're stoked to just keep doing what we're doing. And tires, you will see bikes out there at some point. It's just a matter of time. It's just gonna from that's just gonna be volume. It's like who, how many, whatnot. So it's a matter of time.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
It. Hey everyone, so I'm here with Alec from White Industries. And Alec, talk us through, first off, the frame and maybe the motivation behind the 32-inch wheel size for you.
Sure.
Because, well, we're kind of the same height.
Yeah,
So
not super tall.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I've wanted a bike from Cameron for a long time, ridden with him, friends, he's awesome dude. And so the opportunity arose, we needed a bike for the booth. And so, but we were looking for a customer. I became the customer. And I was like, well, what bike are we gonna build? Well, this 32 thing's cool, we should try that. And so I'm the guinea pig.
Okay.
And yeah, I was curious to see how it would do for a rider, you know, our height, my height. I'm always down to try something new. And I have an old single speed, head angle's a little steep, and so there's an opportunity to kind of modernize that frame. And yeah, so we just like our engineer in Eugene, Oregon at Astral rolled these hoops up, and Cameron whipped up a frame. I just sent him some drawings of the bikes I like that I have, and he did the geometry. So he's the wizard on that.
Okay. What is, do you know any of the angles off the top of your head?
I literally don't know one
that's
angle.
Fair.
I didn't want to know.
Exactly.
I was like, Cameron, you are the guy.
Sure.
Just do it. So, you know, with the fork from Intend, we got all the stuff from them, and he was able to kind of get the trails numbers where he wanted it and everything. And I'm just trusting him. I have not ridden the bike yet. So, it's brand new for this weekend, but we made a hub for it. Cog for it, just because I needed one.
Sure. So talk us through, so the Astral hubs and rims. Obviously, we don't really see too many 32-inch rims yet. So how did those become?
Yeah, so we took an extrusion, our Outback extrusion that we had just on the shelf, and rolled it bigger. So really just to kind of try out the wheel size, see how it is, try and get our some builders with it, get it out into the in the prototype testing phase where it's like, is this actually going to be a thing? We don't know. We're just kind of playing along here. So we got a set of tires and made them to fit. And we're gonna go out and check it out and see if it's something that we like, and if there's demand, we'll make them. We've got the ability to do it, which I think is really something that we're proud of. And kind of same with the hub. We made a small single speed cassette hub just because we could.
So what's the difference in the hub? Is there any difference there? Like,
so this uses a short HG Fria body.
Does the flanges need to be wider?
Yeah, I went a little extreme on that. I put it so far wide that you actually flip the rim the opposite direction than you normally would to get a fully symmetric wheel.
Got it. Okay.
So the drive side is further out than the non-drive side.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's a little weird, but just made sense, and it was what we could do quickly. And
awesome. Talk us through just a few other components, because you're from White Industries. So, I mean.
Yeah. So we're also doing a seat collar now. So we just not quite ready for sale yet, but we're going through the steps to get that available. Center lock rings, those are new. So we got these high polished on here that look pretty sweet. Those are going to be available in the next couple weeks. And cranks are standard M30.
Tried and true.
Paul dropper trigger, because why not?
Exactly.
Bitchin' bars.
Those look great. A little bone moose action.
I'll be first time with those.
Well, all right, man. Well, this looks great. Hopefully you can get out and ride it here soon.
I know. I think Cameron's gonna ride it first.
That's fair. That's
fair. We both want to just try it out and see what this feels like, and get so his next one can be better.
Right, dude. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
All right, hey everyone. So I'm here at the Astral booth with Jimmy here, and Jimmy, first and foremost, what do you do at Astral?
So I'm the general manager there.
Kind of done a lot of things there. I started there as a wheel builder 10 years ago. Kind of went through the entire company, so I got a lot of experience in wheels.
Give me a rundown of the challenges, the manufacturing challenges of making a 32-inch rim.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, obviously it seems like it would be really easy to just go ahead and roll a bigger rim, which that part is. It's not that big of a deal. We can roll, since we roll all of our aluminum in-house, we can roll that in a different size pretty easily. It's more the repeatability of it. And, we had to create a new saw fixture to cut the rim. We had to create a new joining fixture to join it. We had to create a new drill to drill it.
Right.
So, everything was made for the 29-inch and then 27.5. When you get bigger,
we got to create all new fixtures, all new tooling.
All the things.
It kind of became a big deal, you know,
Okay.
but it's a good way for us to like flex our strengths of we can do manufacturing pretty quickly and turn around some stuff.
Yep.
Another thing that was kind of fun was, well, not super fun, but more of a challenge was finding spokes that were long enough.
Right.
So most spokes right now are only going up to about 315.
Yep. And what's the length of this one?
This one, we had to buy some straight gauge spokes and actually cut them down to 312.
Yep.
But I was really hoping to use some Sapim spokes because that's what we use. In this case, we ended up having to use some DT Swiss straight gauge spokes. No problem there. It did mean that we had to just do a few things that I wouldn't have necessarily done.
Yeah.
So
that's fine.
I do think that we're going to see some more spoke manufacturers coming out with longer spokes.
I mean, if you can adapt, they can adapt, right?
Exactly.
Obviously, you have them available. Are they available? Are you selling them?
Currently, we are not selling them.
Okay.
We have them. We have the ability to make them.
Okay.
We really want to have a little bit more different tires to test with before we say like this is what we want to do.
Yep.
We do all of our in-house testing ourselves, so having only one there are a couple other tires available, but they're all very similar.
Right.
So we like to have a bigger sample size before we say this is how we want to do this rim.
Yeah. Cool.
The good news is we think that there's the possibility of that happening very soon.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Hey everyone, I'm here with Lauren, the Director of Marketing and Sales for Astral. All right, so tell us, why do you all think, or why do you specifically think the 32-inch wheel is exciting for the industry?
Yeah, so, I mean, it's impossible for me to divorce myself from the answer to that question, because like, as a taller rider, I see this, I think it's going to go fast, I think it's going to be fun, but I think there's something that's probably more common across people that look at it, which is just, this is really new and different, and therefore it's like, it creates a lot of curiosity and excitement. You know? I don't think there's much that we've seen in bikes, you know, like we've done a lot of big tweaks in geometry and stuff like that change things to a matter of degrees. But any of us that went from 26 to 29 know that it was like a fundamental difference in the experience of riding those bikes. And I think this like re-inspires that. And therefore it's good for the industry because it has people psyched and interested, and it's gonna inspire bike sales and keep the industry moving.
Cool.
You know? I think innovation has like always been cornerstone to it's like especially mountain biking, but certainly cycling. And this is just like another step along the way. So I think it's rad.
I brought Miles into this conversation because Miles actually today published a really awesome article on 32-inch bikes, and he had a little bit of history. So Miles, can you share that history? How long ago was a 32-inch bike brought to the market?
The history, although it seems like it kind of has popped up in the last few weeks, it's actually been going on for a while. Walmart introduced the first production 32-inch bike that I can find out about a decade ago. It was, I think, just under $300 for a complete bike. In 2017, Curtis Inglis of Retrotech Cycles made a 32-inch bicycle for Carl Decker, who's a pro racer for Giant. Carl actually used two 27.5-inch tires and sewed them together to make a 32-inch tire, which was wild because there were no tires at the time. In 2024, I think this is kind of when things got a little bit more serious. So Maxxis at the Taipei Bike Show released a prototype version of the 32 by 2.4-inch Aspen tire that has been displayed on all three 32-inch bikes here at the Made Bike Show.
So have you chatted with any other companies, and what is their stance on the 32-inch diameter?
Yeah, so I spoke with WTB and Industry 9, and they both pretty much said that they're waiting to see what happens. It's sort of like a supply and demand situation where they don't want to start investing in different tooling and manufacturing process to make these components without knowing what the demand is going to be and how many they have to produce. Schwalbe apparently is going to be making a 32-inch tire soon, according to our friends at Dirty Sixer. And some of the other brands that were showcased on the bikes at Made have created components for 32-inch wheels, rims, hubs, and potentially some tires as well. But everyone's kind of just waiting to see what's going to happen.
It's a wait game. Cool. All right, so if you want to check out Miles's article, you can do so by finding the link in the description below. And, well, I just kind of want to hear from you all. What do you all think about the 32-inch wheel platform? Let me know in the comment section. And, well, thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you saw in this video and want to see more like it, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And if you want to help support everything we're doing on this YouTube channel at BIKEPACKING.com, you can do so by joining the Bikepacking Collective. The Collective offers a lot of awesome perks, including industry discounts, monthly giveaways, and the twice yearly Bikepacking Journal. So to learn more or just to join, click on the card in the top right corner, or also follow the link in the description below. As always, until next time, Miles?
Pedal further.